We started this week with the intent to move all of the gravel you see here over to our place, about 2.5 miles down the road. This would really help some of our neighbors out, so we were excited to get started. First things first, had to move the excavator from our place to theirs, which again, like 2.5 miles, and this thing is not fast.
Alright, so about to head out about an hour drive to pick up the dump trailer. And then we'll hopefully start this week of driveway building.
Woody's been off on a mission most of the middle of the day, picking up a dump trailer so that we can borrow rock, steal rock, negotiate rock from the neighbor's creek. He'll drop it here and then Dad'll spread it with the John Deere. With Woody off the property, we were a little bit limited in some ways, but Dad and I stayed busy by picking up all of the stuff that we had already cut down that it was too wet to burn. So, getting all of this into piles and piles and piles so that we can get ready to do more work when Woody comes back. Spring in the Ozarks means rain and unpredictable weather like you wouldn't believe, which is exactly what we got. And that final rain the night we got the trailer was enough to flood this creek. So the next day, we could not get in there.
And this is why you walk routes before you take heavy stuff through them. I am stuck. The trailer itself is stuck back there, and I'm now stuck here. So we're going to have to use the excavator to cast it off the hitch and move it.
I was just putting that there so the trailer leg will slide, so it doesn't touch the ground.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my arm off this tree. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to back up.
Oh, yeah. Cool, man. That way the trailer hits the slide and not locking in the ground.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so we've snapped the chain and it's just getting more stuck. I think the easiest, safest, and fastest way to do this even though it's super annoying, is to get the truck hooked back up to it and then dump either all of it or a portion of it and just pull it out with the truck. There's no real points to grab it from, and it's just too heavy to pull out. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. And then I'm going to have to scrape this area anyway, so great.
After the boys got the truck and trailer unstuck, they decided to take the excavator over to the neighbor's driveway and start ticking away at a few of the things we needed to do there so that the next day, even if it rained, we would be able to get in and out of the property a little bit easier, because as it stands, their property has like a 1/4 mile long, very skinny, very overgrown entry, and it is an easement. So part of our deal with them was that we clear them a better driveway.
How's the ground feel today?
Huh?
How does the ground feel today?
I don't know. Right now, dude.
So I think the plan for today is that Dad's going to go back to our cabin because we've got burn piles that we've been trying to get rid of for days. But with all the rain, it's been kind of impossible. They should be dry enough now, though, and we've got enough gas and diesel on hand to light them that we can actually get rid of them.
All right, so I threw a track. We're gonna see if we can get this back on by myself. Yay! Yeah. She's not attached anymore. Got a whole bunch of debris up in there. Ugh. Ah, shit. It's all clay, rock. It's made its way over the side and it's just pushing the chain off. I don't have a scraper, but I have this old maul head that I found that I keep pinching my fingers in between. But I'm gonna get all this crap off here because it's just gonna fall back down in there. Hopefully we get into the creek today and I can clean all this off. big pry bar or something. What is that?
Big broomstick.
Oh, maybe.
All right, I'll look for something else too. You're just pulling all the dirt out?
Yeah, I'm getting the dirt out so it'll spin. That's what pushed it out. It got enough dirt back there, and it got a little bit of gap, and it just been finding its way. You kind of want to pry it up, flip it around the other way.
Yeah.
You go all the way to the metal end. Oh, now I need that thing.
Trade.
All right, I'm gonna lift it up. Can you get in there with the stick? Try that.
Yeah.
Bottom. That's helpful. So we gotta pull it. Oh man, I'm off on these. I'm stuck on that guy. See how those are supposed to be? That thing's off. That one's stuck inside. I can't pull it over until I get that off. Alright, well let me see if I can. Let's do this. That roller is supposed to be on the outside, all the other ones. And this one is stuck inside the chain. It's supposed to be on the outside right here. So I gotta pick it up and see if I can get that with the troop, get it on the other side of that. our new method. We're going to see if this works. I am super hesitant to almost break a chain.
Again.
Because this chain's bigger and better and stronger and scarier if it breaks.
Whip a lot more.
And also, it was $75 and I don't feel like driving again to go get another chain. So, we're going to try to make this work delicate. Step on it to get into the vehicle and it slides back off, so
There's got to be a tensioner there somewhere.
probably.
Yeah, there should be some a tensioner to keep the track guides in place, man, just like a military track.
Yeah.
It just looks different, but
Yep. All that background noise you hear is cicadas. Hopefully they're all going to die soon after they've done mating. It's like deafening. But the good news is I don't hear my tinnitus. I can't tell them the difference. So, oh yeah. So last week, went and picked up a trailer about an hour and a half away, something like that. I think it was like a 16-footer, way too big for the mud around here. And then the next morning, got stuck pretty much right where the excavator's at right now. Got stuck trying to turn around with a full load. That took probably 2 to 3 hours to get unstuck. We ended up having to dump the load over here. And I got a little bit, we actually never got back and forth with the excavator. I can't remember what we did at that point. I think it was like the end of the day by that time. First day, nothing done. Second day, it rained us out. Third day, we were going to go work. I had pulled my truck with the trailer over there to go pick up rubble and stuff. And I went to get in the excavator, turned a little bit to get to it, nothing crazy, and threw a track. So, and it was raining then too, I think, right?
No.
No, it
It
wasn't.
was a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. Went and got chains, trying to pull it back on. I didn't know, I mean, I know it has a tensioner, but I didn't know how to do it. Megan's dad used to be a motor T guy, maintenance, so light vehicle, medium vehicle. He actually did tanks too, kind of everything. And so he obviously has a really good handle on this stuff. He's been very, very helpful. So yeah, Dad definitely got us the win on that one. So immediately consulted the YouTube, found where the, I mean, it's the only bolt, literally. The big port right there in the middle of the track. Loosened that up and pumped it, like had a bunch of grease fly out, and then it went on. My buddy came and helped me. It went on in like 10 minutes maybe. And at that point, we'd had the trailer for 4 days and we hadn't got anything done. And it was supposed to rain again, so we're just like, get this thing out of here. We're just wasting money at this point. But yeah, it was definitely too big. Like the next one, if we rent or get off Facebook a really cheap one or something, it's gonna be like maybe a 12-footer at the most. So 16 is just too heavy for around here. So as far as stuff on the property right now, we are currently burning stuff that we've got on the ground, trying to clear some like nice areas for family and friends to come out that aren't tick-ridden and nasty. The plan after we get this done and we get the excavator back to the property, we'll be continuing our clear up past the current cabin to start clearing an area for the main cabin, the new cabin. It's got to be big enough for RV space, the cabin itself, and parking, you know, maybe a lean-to or something like that, whatever. And we also have to kind of map out where we're going to put our septic and a suitable place to put our geotherm loops. That way I can pre-plumb that stuff after we put the footers in to where they're going to be at the underneath the cabin, so I don't have to hand dig under the cabin to put our stuff. But we're not going to be putting that stuff in until after the cabin's built. But currently, while I'm over here, Megan, her mom, whoever is helping us, is over at the property burning, chainsawing, all the little stuff that the big excavator isn't really suited for, like wasting time using an excavator trying to move sticks. And then to help with that, we also got a wood chipper coming that'll be used for breaking down the small cedars and putting down ground cover in areas that we're clearing that we want around the cabin to not have grass, to keep down the tick population and give, Wade and everybody a nice little picnic area, essentially, like a fun play area. Our property, like many properties in Arkansas, has a lot of cedar, which is a good thing. Not for pasture because they suck up water like crazy, but for building material, right? So ticks don't like cedar. It's obviously very pest resistant and rot resistant. So the medium-sized ones, fence post size, those are going to be fence posts. So we're taking them down, limbing them. The limbs will go in the chipper or burn. Those ones will be fence posts. The big ones, same thing with the limbs, but then the millable pieces will be milled, and we might use it for decking or siding or something buildable material when we get the mill. The cedar is kind of like the mesquite of Arkansas, right? It's everywhere. So some of the things we learned this trip, I think the biggest ones are if you're doing clearing, whether you're renting one of these or you get a cheap one like we did, prep a space to throw them, to throw your trees, like from the get-go. And I would start with whatever areas you're gonna like blanket clear. If you're gonna like clear and burn like one whole area for pasture or something like that, start with that, because it's a lot easier to rip a tree out, spin it around, and put it in a pile and keep doing that than it is to try to like just cut a path and you're dealing with the trees directly in front of you and you're pushing them away from you, and now you have to somehow get them perpendicular to you so you can grab them with the thumb. That's kind of a pain. From last trip, the biggest one is like if you're going to go get something, get more than one if it's something that you're going to use. Obviously don't go crazy and buy like, a grease gun every time you go out. But like the consumable stuff, don't just get one of them if it's something you're going to use, because you'll probably end up needing another one. So like today we had to go get a new bar finally for the little baby chainsaw, because that one's all bent from lending it out to somebody. And so I found the bar, and I was like, well, we should probably get a bar for the big chainsaw so that if this happens to the big chainsaw, which it probably will, we have a bar for it. We don't have to go get it, No sense spending 2 hours driving somewhere to buy a $45 bar and lose 2 hours of work. So we're going to be getting solar for the cabin. That way we have power, we can run our Wi-Fi and charge our stuff. Not only for charging stuff and having Wi-Fi, but we get really bad reception. The only place we get good reception on the property is up on the ridge. Like really, really good reception, because we're pretty much in line with the nearest cell tower. It's also kind of a safety thing, having Wi-Fi there where we can call if we get heard or something like that. So yeah, good stuff. Excited.
Despite the cascade of failures this week, we are really looking forward to all of the good stuff to come, and appreciate the reminder that, stuff happens and it doesn't always go to plan, and our timelines are not always the timelines that we can make happen, and it is what it is. So looking forward to next week and making real progress out here.
Oh. There's a cat. That's a boy cat at his testicle.
It's good to know.
It keeps showing them to me.
I didn't look.
It keeps showing them to me. It's showing them to you now. Oh.
Hi. Stop!
It's putting them on you.
I'm not gonna look. I don't want to know, cat.
creepy forest cat.
Hey,
hit the tripod, you stupid cat.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.